If you have found that your Polaris doesn't have the prerequisite firmware, then it is highly recommended that you upgrade your firmware to this prerequisite version. This must be done using an offline method. To install the prerequisite firmware, you must first download this firmware from the Polaris Firmware Upgrade webpage on the HIMS website. When you download the firmware, some versions of Windows may rename the file with a zip extension. It is very important that you do not extract this file and simply rename the extension back to .bin. Once you've downloaded the firmware, copy the file to an SD card or USB thumb drive. With your SD card or USB containing the prerequisite firmware, insert it into the Polaris. Then press U to open the Utilities menu.
Calculator, C.
Then press U again to open the Upgrade Polaris Firmware option.
Upgrade, online combo box.
Next, press space and .4 to change the option to Upgrade Offline,
Offline combo box.
and press Enter. The upgrade process will begin. It's important to remember not to disconnect the Polaris from power and attempt to use the device until the upgrade is complete. When the upgrade is complete, you will return to the main menu and File Manager is displayed. Now that you have the prerequisite firmware installed, you can now install the latest firmware to your Polaris.